What's the most unexplainable thing that has happened to you? Maybe not that weird, but definitely weirdest thing I ever saw. While hiking in the Olympic Mountains of Washington, I saw two birds flying very, very slowly, like in super slow motion, and they perched on a branch above my head. Hard to explain how unreal and bizarre it looked, but was right in front of me. There were no updrafts of breezes, no cliff edge nearby. They were flying very slowly, in ways that should defy the laws of physics. They flew off at regular speed. Sitting on the couch with my at-the-time girlfriend, stairs to the second floor covered by an adjacent wall. Suddenly, we hear what sounds like someone stomping running down the stairs. Naturally, I jumped up assuming someone had broken in. There was nobody there. We checked every room upstairs, every closet, and every bed. Nothing. We then went on to have a bunch of other weird and unexplained shit happen the 3 years we lived in that house. Had sleep paralysis about 7 years ago. I had just had surgery and was sore, so I slept on the couch the first night. I opened my eyes and could not move. What I'd guess was a demon or some kind of dark entity was standing over me. Then suddenly I was looking at myself in the mirror and I had red glowing eyes. I woke up and I was so terrified I didn't give a shit how sore I was. I got into bed with my husband at the time. I woke up from a nap, laughing explosively and uncontrollably. It was one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me. I couldn't catch my breath, and I rolled onto the floor clutching my chest. I got so scared and ran to my dad while still laughing. I believe he thought I was joking around, but I sat in the floor and it slowly stopped. Never happened again. Saw Jesus' face on the ceiling after being in a Catholic retreat in high school. Only went to smoke as it was a Catholic school and nuns didn't know on trips to speak in tongues, understand what they were saying to me, than to hide upstairs in the ground. In shock to then see Jesus' face right in front of me, screamed through the whole church. A couple things. One of them being a dream about an event that hadn't happened yet, with people I hadn't met yet, that transpired years later. And another dream that involved me talking to my dead best friend, who was alluding to things that I didn't know about my BF at the time that ended up being true. That shit still fucks me up. Lost my ATM card. Went to the bank to have it replaced. Told them what I wanted the PIN to be. And they told me that the PIN would be randomly assigned and mailed separately. And once I received both, I could then change the PIN to what I wanted it to be. The randomly assigned PIN was the one that I wanted. One time, I woke up in the middle of the night to find all the furniture in my room rearranged. Despite living alone and having securely locked all the doors and windows before going to bed. It was truly baffling and left me questioning if I had sleepwalked or if something inexplicable had occurred. And DRS said wouldn't make it. Hydroplane across busy interstate during rush hour and wrecks happening all around me. Beat aggressive cancer, they said might not make it. Still airtight this. When COVID delayed the opening of the Major League Baseball season, my Milwaukee Brewers schedule fell off my work cubicle wall right at the time the opening pitch would have been thrown. I was kneeling down to get something off of the floor and somehow managed to break the big toe on my left foot. It has been more than 10 years and I still do not have any idea how. I was at home alone in the bathroom and heard sweaty feet footsteps in the hallway outside the bathroom, and they walked back and forth. No one was there. One time I was playing basketball barefoot, and when I landed after shooting my Achilles heel became rock hard. That's the best way I can describe it. I was on a payphone. A turkey walked out of the woods. Hit me on the back of the knee, turned around and walked back into the woods. Dated a woman much better than me for a while. Asked her to marry me. She said yes. You can't explain their existence in general, and the fact that our planet is the only habitable one within trillions of miles. I caught a BB gun bullet with my hand with no injury. Bounced off something and landed in my hand. My near-death experience where my soul traveled around hospital corridors I'd never seen before. Had sleep paralysis as a kid, and my mum asked me if I made all the crashing downstairs. Anything involving the ghost or ghosts that cohabitate with me. I fell down the whole stairs at school and I was not injured. Me seeing things fall over and still not believing it did.